What's up, Flatland Youth? Welcome back to FSM612 Daily Devos. Today we're going to be finishing up Mark chapter 5. And we're going to see, once again, Jesus doing another healing. So join with me, Mark chapter 5, starting in verses 21, and we're going to finish out the chapter today. That section is titled, Jesus Heals a Woman and Jairus' Daughter. So here we go. And when Jesus had crossed again in the boat to the other side, a great crowd gathered about him, and he was beside the sea. Once again, here we see Jesus coming into a new city, and he's completely crowded. Then came one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and seeing him, he fell at his feet and implored him earnestly, saying, "My little daughter is at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her, so that she may be made well and live." And so Jesus went with them. And a great crowd followed him and thronged about him. And there was a woman who had a discharge of blood for 12 years, and who had suffered much under many physicians, and spent all that she had, and was no better, but rather grew worse. She had heard the reports about Jesus, and came up behind him in the crowd, and touched his garment. For she said, "If I touch even his garments, I will be made well." And immediately the flow of blood dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her disease. And Jesus, perceiving in himself that power had gone out from him, immediately turned about in the crowd and said, "Who touched my garments?" And his disciples said to him, "You see the crowd pressing around you, and you say, 'Who touched me?'" And he looked around to see who had done it, but the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came in fear and trembling, and fell down before him, and told him the whole truth. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your disease." While he was still speaking, there came from the ruler's house some who said, "Your daughter is dead. Why trouble the teacher any further?" But overhearing what they said, Jesus said to the ruler of the synagogue, "Do not fear, only believe." And he allowed no one to follow him except Peter and James and John, the brother of James. They came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and Jesus saw a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. And when he had entered, he said to them, "Why are you making a commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but sleeping." And they laughed at him, but he put them all outside, and took the child's father and mother, and those who were with him, and went in where the child was. Taking her by the hand, he said to her, "Talitha cumi," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." And immediately the girl got up and began walking. For she was 12 years of age. And they were immediately overcome with amazement. And he strictly charged them that no one should know this. And he told them to give her something to eat. So once again, we see Jesus coming into a new town. And immediately when he gets there, he is just completely crowded. Word is spreading so fast about what Jesus is doing, even though he's telling people, some people now that we see based off of the last video, some people to tell others what he's doing and some people not to tell what he's doing. So we see Jesus just still being so crowded. And this time, two things kind of happen. He has one man come to him because he needs him to heal his daughter, because his daughter is about to die. And we have another woman who has a issue with blood, and she's coming to him for healing as well. So we have two people coming to Jesus for healing. And something I'm beginning to notice is, even though Jesus is having so many people come at him, and they're all coming to be healed, Jesus doesn't turn them away. Even though that's not his main purpose for being here. His purpose is to testify to the truth and to, be an atonement for sins, and just to teach us the truth, teach us to repent. And here, with all these people that are sick, all these people that are dying, he is still choosing to love them, to heal them. So I think that's very cool. So it's just a thought that I had while reading this. So for today, why don't you just stop for about 3 extra minutes after this video. You can even put a timer on your phone if you want to. And what I want you to do is going to be a little bit different. A lot of times we forget to do this part when it comes to talking with God. So I want you to just, when you're done with this video, set a timer on your phone for 3 minutes. I want you just to close your eyes, and I want you to just pray, God, what do you want to show me today? And then I want you just to be in silence. I want you to be in silence for 3 whole minutes. And when that alarm goes off, I think God's going to show something to you. He's going to speak to you in some way. And whatever he speaks to you, I want you to start writing down. Even if it happens before that 3-minute mark, just start writing everything down that you feel like God is wanting to show you in this passage. But here's the thing. You have to ask, seeking him with your whole heart. Don't do this like it's not a big deal. I want you to pray that prayer for him to show you something with your whole heart, asking you to reveal to you what he wants you to learn today. So enjoy that. This is going to be the end of the video. I look forward to our next reading as we start in chapter 6. So we'll see you guys next time.